2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is thrilled to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's time to find out who will be the victor at the Ace Championship. I'm Andrew Catalan. Great to be back with you today. Yesterday, an absolutely brilliant performance at 10 under par for our featured player. Can he do something special again today? Let's get down to the first hole. That's a textbook swing. And Rich, this is a similar spot to yesterday.
Had a good result here yesterday. Hopefully conjure up some more of those good thoughts.
And the mindset now is to get up and down from here. Could it be? And just this short one left for par. Here's a look at the par 5 second.
Yeah, you miss those bunkers on the right-hand side and put yourself in good position down the fairway. Now you got a decision to make. Do I go for it or do I bail out to the left-hand side and give myself a really good opportunity to get it up and down? This green can be really difficult to find. It's got a lot of undulation to it and a lot of water. However, you get the second shot right, and all of a sudden that third shot becomes a lot easier, and birdies are easy to come by.
Well, you don't see this all the time. Going with driver from the fairway.
He is taking this on.
Oh, my.
Man, oh, man, from way downtown, hits the flag.
On the green in 2. How about that?
Using all of his muscles to get that one home in 2.
Henny, how tough will this putt be?
This putt's going to break to the right.
That looked good all the way. A birdie would look really nice on the scorecard.
Don't be fooled by the short length. There is still a lot of movement here to the left.
All right, that one is behind us. He is moving up the leaderboard as we move on to the next hole. The tee shot at 3.
It doesn't have a lot of length to it, but it's also a green that's not super deep. You do have the bunker in the front, but anytime you miss it long and or left, you got a really difficult pitch shot as that green tilts from back to front. But still, it's a pretty straightforward par 3, not too much danger to it.
There was a game plan there, and that approach was executed nicely. And 10 feet left.
All right, guys, this for 2 birdies in a row.
Looks good.
Back-to-back birdies. Things are heating up.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
After that hole, our featured player is making a move. This hole is a par 4.
Par 4, measuring 298 yards. Will the players give it a go or not? Let's find out.
Let's see what happens out of this greenside bunker. Ten feet remain for this putt. All right, John, which way is this putt going to go?
Pretty sure this putt should move to the left.
Looking good.
That's how you get out of trouble. How about it, Rich?
In the bunker off the tee. Good job getting this back in play.
As we move on to the next hole, it's a 3-shot cushion for our leader.
Let's go to hole number 5, and it's a par 4.
Dog legs from right to left. The big danger here is the green. 3 different tiers on this green. Find the correct one. You'll have a birdie opportunity. Miss it, and it's going to be a difficult 2-putt.
Oh, look at this soar through the air.
Well, this is what you call an underdog. But the PGA Tour, we've seen plenty of those underdogs get up and win. Do you think this player's got what it takes?
The PGA Tour is full of underdogs that can flat out play, Luke. This is just another one of those scenarios. This player is someone to watch.
Oh, good look at a birdie here. Henny, what's he facing with this putt?
Yeah, guys, he's looking at around 17 feet.
This one's looking good.
Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. Now 6 strokes back after that hole. Two great shots are required here because this hole is a long par 4.
Yeah, bunkers on the right-hand side come into play with a 3-wood, water on the left with the driver. Second shot to a green that sits below you just a little bit. And that front left pin, ooh, that is a good one.
Oh, that was pure. Henny, what's the player facing here?
Setting up from about 130 yards out.
Going with the pitching wedge here. Pretty sure that one's headed left. And he's safely on the green with that shot. And now this to move inside the top 10. Henny's down there. You got a read?
You know, to my eye, it's looking a little left to right.
Good looking putt. What a putt that was. And now moves him inside the top 10 on the leaderboard. Great stuff. He finds himself in a share of 9th on the leaderboard.
Time now for a par 5, the 7th.
This is a big hitter's delight right here. They can take those bunkers down the left out of play, and they can carry these fairway bunkers easily. And from here, it actually chases forward from the fairway downhill a little bit to a long, narrow green. Again, for the big hitters, this is easily reachable. For the shorter hitters, you got to have a plan.
How about this play, pulling out the driver? That's a good one to build momentum on. Chance now to get into the top 5 on the leaderboard. That was close. This putt from 3 feet away. That one drops. As we move on to the next hole, the lead is at 4. Over to number 8, it's a par 3.
Par 3 and a diabolical green, to say the least. The left-hand side sits much higher than the right-hand side, and the green is usually very firm. A tough ask.
And still no putter in the hand.
Bit too much club there, wasn't it?
Setting up in the green side rough.
This is looking good. Are we going to see it drop?
That is amazing.
Out of the rough into the cup. What a display of touch.
Okay, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our featured player in a tie for 8th.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
A par 4 here.
This is a really good driving hole. Only the longest in the game are going to carry the bunkers down the left-hand side. Hit it out to the right-hand side. You leave yourself a little bit longer second shot than maybe you'd like, but this is a very inviting green. This is a really good birdie opportunity to finish off the front 9.
Okay, that'll play. This putt is from way out there. Okay, Henny, give us a read here.
A huge right to left swinger.
Oh, how about it? This one looking good. And it drops in. That is worthy of another look.
I need to see this again because I still can't believe they hold that.
Okay, a quick look at the leaderboard, and it's a 5-shot advantage for our leader. We begin the back 9 here on the 10th hole.
Par 4, this hole plays so much more difficult than the yardage. Water to the left of the green, bunkers surrounding it on both sides. Find the fairway, you'll have a good look at making birdie. You miss the fairway, good luck. 4s, 5s, and 6s come into the equation.
That appears to be a very good line off the tee. This is a good 130 club. This could be a big momentum putt. It's for birdie. John, what's he looking at with this putt?
This looks like around 26 feet.
Well, this one starts off looking good and still looking good. Yes! Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our featured player in a tie for 5th.
Here we are at the 11th hole, a par 3.
The good thing about this hole is it's long in length, but it's got a massive green that doesn't have a lot of movement. What it does have is from left to right and a little bit from back to front. A generous green on a long par 3, great design. This one heading to the bunker.
Oh, no one likes a plug lie. Really, just getting it out of the bunker is a big deal here. And that's safely on the surface. He has this putt to save his par. Oh, that's good grit there.
And to be fair, getting it up and down out of the bunker, albeit that was a pretty simple, straightforward bunker shot.
Now 7 shots behind after that. The 12th hole is a par 4.
Par 4, 510 yards. Good luck.
Lovely effort, that. This is his 2nd shot. Oh, that's a high caliber shot. And this is what remains for a share of 5th place on the leaderboard. Trailing by 7 after that hole. Now on the tee after a birdie, fired up and ready for more.
Par 4, back up the hill, 447 yards. This is an adventure-filled par 4. What a gargantuan tee shot.
Second shot here on the 13th hole. Chosen the pitching wedge here. Now that looked pretty good the whole way.
That would be back-to-back birdies for this player.
And this putt to move into a tie for 3rd. And down it goes. So that's back-to-back birdies.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
Our leader is up by a whopping 6 shots now. On the tee now, the par 4 14th hole.
Nothing out there except for fairway, fairway, and more fairway. Tee it high, let it fly, because this hole is long. Second shot will play about a half a club downhill to a green that chases away from you ever so slightly. Be wary of that right hand pin position. That can be mean.
Oh, that was pummeled into submission.
This shot from around 210 yards. Okay, not the best result, but a chance to get up and down.
A bit too much club there.
Let's see if we can get this one up and down for par. Wow, that almost went in the hole. Just 3 feet to the cup. And that puddle drop. Well done. Now 7 shots behind after that.
Teeing off here on the 15th.
Par 4, 421 yards. A lot of fun can be had here, but be careful of the green. It'll get you if you're not careful.
That was really well played. This shot from about 110 yards away. All right, we can work with that. Okay, a 15-footer remains.
Little birdie looking here.
Henny, your green side. What do you see in this putt?
I've got it going left to right. This really looks good.
Great putt there for birdie. Here's a look at the way things stand. Our featured player is in a tie for second. We have a par 3 here.
Watch out for this green. There's a large shelf on the right-hand side. If it's up there, good luck getting it close. And whatever you do, don't be silly and hit it left in the water. That's just a bad shot.
Those are the shots you practice at the range over and over, and boy, does it pay off here. He's got this left for birdie. Before we move on, we take a look at the leaderboard, and he is in second. The 17th hole is a par 4.
Severe dog leg from right to left. Second shot down the hill to a very narrow green.
Wow, that was launched. Staring down a very long putt here. Playing a lot of break to the left. So close.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
That one drops. Here's a look at the updated leaderboard. He is in a tie for second. Now to 18, a par 5.
Players will be thinking birdie, but 6s and 7s will come along if you're not careful.
Wow, what a swing. Let's go down to Henny.
He's got around 205 yards to the pin from here.
Good distance remains on this long putt. Henny, how tricky is this one?
Ooh, little downhill left to righter here.
That looked good for a while. This would be for a special round of 58. A birdie on 18 to close out the round. And for a first appearance on the PGA Tour, not a bad start, Rich.
Yeah, not a bad first event on the PGA Tour. Kind of getting some nerves out of the way. Top 5 finish. Keep your eye on this player.
It's been a great day. We thank you for joining us. For Rich Beam, Luke Elvey, and our entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll see you soon.